Hey everybody, welcome to episode 4 of What I Learned with Cole Pitt. And if you're watching this, you're probably like, what the heck happened to your hair? And if you're listening, I got a buzz cut. I got a little 4 on the top, 2 on the sides, faded. Decided to do a throwback. I used to have a buzz cut from like kindergarten up through the 8th grade. And then I decided that I kind of wanted girls to care about me, so I got a nice haircut. But this time, I was looking at my daughters and I was like, I want to see how much I can look like them. So I got a buzz cut, and now we can really compare apples to apples. With all the hair I had on my head, it wasn't an accurate comparison. Now I can see if we're actually twins because they do look a lot like me. But that's neither here nor there. All right, summer cut, it'll grow back. My Paul Walker face, R.I.P. in peace. But we're here to talk about how not to be a Karen, aka what I learned working in the service industry. I'm not going to talk about the ins and outs of working at like a restaurant or landscaping or being a cashier at a cafe, scooping ice cream or any of those jobs. But we're talking about you learn how much those jobs stink. So then when you're out of those jobs as like an adult in the world, you don't treat those people like a Karen. Because you realize this 17-year-old kid does not care about A, your problems, B, the money going in or out of this business, and 3, anything besides when they get off and then just going and seeing their friends and hanging out. This is a high school job. This is a summer job that they're just trying to get some cash, spend the time, learn some responsibility, learn some work ethic, and probably just like get you away from them, Karen. And I thought I would share this through some stories recently because people don't realize when you're being the Karen. Also, by the way, all these stories are male Karens. I just don't have a name. I was gonna use Ken. But like Ken's great. The only Kens I know are great. My Uncle Ken, Bomb, Ken from like Barbie, pretty lit. Ryan Gosling, what's up? So I'm just gonna keep calling them Karen because also I can think of a man named Karen, and this like it kind of embodies this. But anywho, I was at the gas station the other day and I was just going in. I pumped some gas. I was going to get an energy drink or something. Anyone wants to sponsor me, go ahead. Definitely need it with the babies. And this guy was arguing with the cashier. Now, the cashier was probably all of 19 years old at most. At most. And the guy was really giving a hard time. I couldn't hear about what. And then all of a sudden I hear, I'm going to call the cops if you don't pay me back because you're stealing from me. And I was like, ooh, what do we have here? And I walk up. He was saying to him, the gas pump stopped before it got to $20. I gave you $20, and then the gas pump stopped before 20. Either give me all the gas or you're stealing from me. Now, it's a little dramatic, but I get it. But then the kid instantly was like, sir, I can just give you the change of the difference. Like, I can see how much is that right now. Let's give you the change. Then we'll be all set. Or I can put it back on the thing and we can restart with the gas pumping. And the guy just didn't want any part of it. This is what like most of the scenarios are. You're just like doing this for your own aggravation, honestly, because you're going to leave here so angry. It's a super simple problem, but you're just deciding to have a temper tantrum like a little kid. All these Karens just leave the store, and everyone else around us looks at each other like, did you see that? And then I'm going to talk about it on here. People are going to, like, that 17-year-old kid's just going to tell his buddies about it tonight. It's going to be hilarious, but whatever. So at first, I was like listening to the guy. I was like, I get it. That's frustrating, but the kid's offering you change. Why not just take the change? And even in my head, I was like, I get it though. Gas is expensive, like $10 off the thing. Like, what the heck is it doing? And the kid was like, sir, it's not my fault. I'm just like, I don't know how to control the pump. I can give you your change. It's the only thing I can do. And the guy's like, that's not why I want gas. You can just pay for the gas with that money, but whatever. And then the kid was like, and he was like, but honestly, the guy, he was like, why did this even happen? Are you stopping it? Are you trying to steal from me? Are you stopping it? And the kid was like, what? No. Sir, the only thing I can think of is sometimes when the pump thinks the tank's full because it's splashing back, it'll shut off automatically. And the guy just goes, didn't hear a word the kid said besides tank full, apparently. And he just goes, my tank is not full. It is. Do not tell me that my tank is full. I barely put $10 in it. My tank is not full. And the kid was like, that's not what I'm. Yes, I understand that. I meant if the gas pump thinks your tank is full, it might stop. Again, sir, I can just put the money back on there or I can give you your change. The guy goes, no. You know what? Just give me the change, I guess. And the kid goes, okay, here's your 11 cents. I thought it was going to be like he got he said it. I barely got $10. He got $19.89. Taylor Swift album. $19.89 he got. And the 11 cents, gas is expensive. Not that expensive. Also, he took the 11 cents, walked outside, and threw it in the parking lot. More the reason he looked like a 3-year-old. It was hilarious. Entertained my Tuesday morning. But that's just an example of, like, if you just take a step back and realize this 17-year-old kid does not control the gas pump. He does not own this corner store. He does not care whether or not he gives you change. He'd probably give you the $10 if you just shut up. But he can't do that because he get in trouble. So the aggravation, when he's just trying to get through his Tuesday shift at the 7-Eleven gas station, give him a break, dude. You're being like the most Karen in the world. If you have a moment of thinking back of your annoying jobs, your terrible jobs from the summers when you're that kid's age, you'd cut him some slack. I don't get it. Another one, this was even crazier. This was a guy who was clearly going to the beach. I was at the corner store. He was dressed up nice. He had nice sunglasses on, fancy flip-flops. Like, he was kind of bougie. I'm going to say that because that might make a difference here in this story. He seemed bougie. He was, Range Rover or something outside, okay? He was arguing with this poor girl who was like, again, 20, maybe, definitely a college job, making iced coffees, selling beach equipment, whatever, over change. What he was buying cost $10.99. And he wanted $10.01 back in change. And this girl and myself and this other lady were like, sir, that does not make any sense. And he was just like half on the phone, just like being the most Karen man in the world. I need a better name for it. But that's all I can think of. But you can get it. On the phone, sunglasses stayed on inside. And he was just like, no, I need, wait, why aren't you giving me a 10 back? And the girl's like, it was $10.99. He's like, exactly, I should have had $10.01. It wasn't $9.99, dude. $10.99 is $11. That's $9 back. You get an extra cent. And then he got so frustrated that he literally just said, all right, fine, just give me the $20 back. I don't want any of this. And he left all the stuff on the counter and stormed out. We all got a big chuckle. That guy looked like a 3-year-old. Who wants to be that guy? All you have to do is realize, again, this girl's not trying to pull a fast one on you. Also, the cash register is a computer. It's not going to be wrong. It tells you the change. And again, she would give you the change if it made you shut up and leave. But you're just deciding to throw this tantrum inside. I'm sure your kids are great. I'm sure they're so well behaved. If that's the example you're showing. So honestly, the punishment's probably on himself. They do it to themselves because he probably has a menace in the backseat of the car that's absolutely ripping him a new one, if he even has kids. Whatever. Neither here nor there. Hilarious interaction. Those people all look ridiculous. The lady in there, like a mom, just looked at us all and was like, what was that? And I agree. Now, all of this said, that was under the caveat of like a young kid working these jobs. Sometimes the Karen is the person working the service job, and I will condone being a Karen back to them in that scenario. You have to play almost Karen chicken. Or you can just be nice and just be like, okay, do the classic Penguins of Madagascar, smile and wave boys. All right. Being in that corner store with that guy, last thing, it felt like I was in the episode of SpongeBob with Man Ray when he's trying to give Patrick back his wallet. He's like, sir, is this your wallet? He's like, nope, it's not my wallet. He's like, but aren't you Patrick Star? And he's like, yes, I am. And this license that says Patrick Star, which you said is your license, yes, is in this wallet. Correct. So would that not make it your wallet? Makes sense to me. So take it. No. Why? It's not my wallet. This guy, it was not his change. So then he left. But we've been going to the parking garage at the hospital for 100 days now. The social workers at the hospital were nice enough, after a certain amount of time, they give you a little pass. You can go in and out of the parking garage and not have to pay every time. Sometimes it malfunctions. I'm not trying to pull a fast one on the hospital. My car's literally stopped at the gate that opens up. I have cars behind me trying to get out, honking in Boston. I'm not trying to pull a fast one. I have a couple of times had to run up to the cash register and be like, hey, this thing's not working, the card. Could you open the gate for me, or can you just, like, scan the card for me and I'll have it work? He's like, no problem, sir. Go ahead. They see the NICU bracelets on me. I'm not trying to pull a fast one for the billionth time. The other day I did this, and the guy looks at me, barely looks up from his computer, and he goes, if you did it correctly, it would open. Okay, I'm sorry. I guess I did it wrong. Could you fix it for me? Yeah, but sir, usually this is like when someone's trying to do something sketchy here and take advantage of the card. This is not like a VIP black card to get me into something exclusive. I'm just getting out of the parking garage. My car's parked there. There's a car behind me. Can you just help me get out? Can I see the car for a second? And then he just walks away. Goes behind a closed door. Power move by him, by the way. But annoying. Behind a closed door, comes back like 5 minutes later. People have now backed out from behind my car and started going out the other exit. Honking at my car, which doesn't have a driver in it, so I mean, you're honking at nothing, but neither here nor there. Then a second man comes out and he calls me over like this. Kind of like security guards do, or a bouncer, or a cop at times. Come here, sir. Sir, so this is your card? Yes. Patrick Starr again. Have you been using this card? Yes. You literally are holding a sheet that shows all the times I've come in and out of the thing. Yeah, sir. If you were to scan this correctly, it should work on the way out, as you've seen from before. I know. That's why I'm coming to you and asking for help. This just doesn't sit right with me, sir. And I was like, can I just please get back? Sir, can we stop the attitude, please? Dude, I'm here visiting my children in the hospital. I just want to get in my car and get out so one of these people don't run into the rear end of my car, rear end me, because it's just sitting there and they're going to be frustrated because they can't get out of the parking garage. Please stop being so aggressive, sir. Okay. If we have a problem like this again, sir, we're going to have to take this card away from you. Okay, thank you so much. These are not the people who gave me the card, by the way. Inside, the social worker gave me the card. Then I finally got to leave. So, like, if that person's there, they stink. You can be a Karen back to them. But leave the 17-year-old kid working at Chipotle alone. If you're nice to him, maybe he'll give you, like, a double scoop because he does not care again. But that's what I got. You learn some lessons working in the service industry. Don't be a Karen.